Hello and thanks for joining me in this episode of Zulf Talks Photography. Today we're going to be covering a number of topics that will be interesting to you. In this episode, watch Sony A7 camera. There's loads of Sony DSLR cameras out there. We're going to look at which ones are good. Hasselblad dumps DSLRs. Some photo criticism and how to handle it. Taking photos got very complicated. Why? We're going to cover a couple of articles today to help you understand that. The most used camera accessories. I've seen a great article. I'm going to share some of these if you're on this journey, what you should be looking at, as well as a quick review of the everyday backpack 30-litre. Backpacks are quite essential when it comes to photography. And a couple of interesting news. When is the wrong time to upgrade, as well as some details around TikTok paying their viewers to watch their content. That sounds all very interesting and intriguing. However, we have to start with which camera first, or which Sony camera first. So let's have a quick look at that. Which Sony A7 camera and how to choose the right model. Is there such a thing as the correct camera? So let's have a quick look and see what they're saying here. The best Sony camera you can buy today, apparently, based on this article, is a Sony A7R series with high resolution. 61 million effective pixels on the full frame sensors. Okay. The Sony A7R and the Sony A7R4 are highest resolution cameras on the A7 range, but is resolution everything? Meanwhile, this 42 megapixel has the same sensor as a 7 II. Both of them resolve more detail than the original A7s. Now, the question here is, are you pixel peeping a photo? A good photo is a good photo. I've taken good photos with an older camera and it's been amazing. 24-ish megapixels on this camera. It's an old camera. I've not had any complaints with professional shoots, magazine photos being printed. So sometimes it's one of those things. If you're doing it for a large billboard, maybe you need the megapixels, but these days it's not as touch and go. You're not gonna like this, but I'm giving it to you as a opinion from taking photographs for a number of years. Anyway, which is the best Sony A7 series camera? If you find the Sony A7R available at bargain price, it's worth considering, but it wouldn't be our first choice. Okay, what would be your first choice is the question. Sony A7 III, 4, 5. The series for video is interesting. Okay, so the lengthy article. Have you got a conclusion on this? What did they actually decide? I may link this article in the show notes. You can actually watch this, read it yourself. Okay, if you're still not sure which Sony A7 camera is best for you at this stage and you're desperate to make a purchase, plumb for the A7. Yeah, obviously, come on now. Is that... So basically they're saying buy the latest one. Is that helpful in any way? If you're not sure, just buy the latest one. That's what they do anyway. That's what salesmen do in shops. So, how much are we talking here? Oh yeah, if you got $6,500, you know, just... Yeah. Don't buy that car you're looking at. Just buy a camera. Okay, so that was an interesting start to the article. And Hasselblad have actually dumped DSLR cameras for mirrorless as it kills off its H system. So you may know Hasselblad are like the main big boy cameras. Why are they dumping a... let's have a look. Why are they dumping... So the mirrorless X series bodies have been a big success. Hasselblad's most recent camera, I'm struggling to read that from here. It's a bit small writing. X2D 100C, announced last September, is proven to be very popular and capable camera. The H system served Hasselblad very well in its time, often hailed as the best money could buy. Okay, so what's the then there's a competition from Fuji. Even if the company believed they could pull more performance out of the DSLR format, that's no point producing them if people aren't buying them anymore. Yeah, though that is more like a professional camera, as in the big boys are, you know, like 40,000-50,000 pound for a body, and then the extra attachments. Obviously that's going to be for people who are taking this very seriously. How much is this one? Is there a price here? It's the 400 megapixel monster. All right. Okay. I need to do some research on that. So photography criticism is always an interesting point of view. You may have taken a great photo, but when people see that photo, what do they react? Do they think they could have done better with their Instagram filters or TikTok filters, should I say? Well, that's TikTok's video, but yeah. Okay, I'd like to start by saying that I feel the word criticism is interpreted by some as inherently negative, but that doesn't have to be the case. Throughout this write-up and in part 2, I've used the words critique, criticism and feedback interchangeably because I consider them to be more or less the same in this particular context. Okay, nice article here, Jordan, on photography, DIYphotography.net. So he's basically saying people might say it nicely to you, might call it feedback or critique, but it's the same thing, isn't it? The do's, take it with an open mind. Okay. Start a discussion. Okay. Yes, because if someone sees the photo and they're talking about it, isn't that the reason you've taken the photograph? So, okay, that makes sense. Reflect and apply. Notice patterns. Okay. If you're getting regular, criticism, I can understand that. The don'ts. Ignore critical feedback. So don't ignore critical feedback. Don't take it personally. Don't attack the critic. They're just giving you their point of view. Don't let it dictate your work. So if you like taking those photos, continue. There's going to be someone else out there that likes the photos you take the way you take them. Or sooner that'll be judged if you find out. Feed the trolls. Don't feed the trolls. Don't lie. The wrap up. While this by no means a holy text by which you should live, they're things I've noticed over the years as I've grown more accustomed to handling criticism. The easiest thing to do is to ignore. Okay, thank you. That was I think that was a nice article. It basically brings it back to home into a nice, easy, digestible way. Since when did taking photographs get so complicated? Do you remember when you simply used to pick a shutter speed, pick an aperture and focus and take a photograph? Is it because everybody wants to know how to take photos in more detail? You have different ways of learning. People want to keep checking the content, the cameras, the photos, the specific pixels. Why is this happening? It's very intriguing. So why did taking these photographs get so complicated? We used to have a simple camera. You picked up a professional full frame camera, you started taking photographs. But now a lot has changed in photography. Cameras now are vastly more complicated, sophisticated than they were in the days when a 35mm SLR was the bee's knees. Everything is better and more complicated. But is it better though? Do you need everything else they give you? Or are they just putting bells and whistles on new cameras to make the new model a little bit better than the old model so people buy the new one? Whereas actually the core content is the same. I don't know. My first proper camera were a series of 35mm SLRs and a couple of medium formats, and all of them were manual. They didn't have light meters even. So yeah, this is an article over on digital photography, digital camera world. So something to think about there. Why did it get so complicated? Taking photos got so complicated is an actual thing, people. Let me continue with this. What is he saying here then? What's his summary? I like to always check the summary, my modern digital gear captures images of a far higher technical quality than my analog cameras. The creative quality I'm not so sure about. I used to look at through my cameras, but today I seem to spend much of my time looking at them. Yeah, see, so you want to take photos. Oh my days, that's a nice article. Who was that by? Rod Lothan. Nice job. So what are the most used camera accessories? Which ones are the most used? Photography life, rotating tripod plate. Okay, we might do photography so I think landscape and wildlife. So okay, that's number 1 for him. Nightcore BB2 electric air duster. Okay, that seems a bit too intense. 20-in-1 screwdriver kit. Okay, fast card readers. Yes, that's an essential. Coast G20 inspection light. Okay, Okay, yeah, light, okay. Replica services, yes. So marble effect services, okay. If you're doing product photography, night core rechargeable batteries. This looks like a sponsored article. Is this just them trying to sell stuff to me? I wouldn't class this as my most used. The most used, if you're in the real world, is a DSLR camera, a lens, a tripod, batteries, memory card, and maybe a bag. That's all you need. You heard it here first. That's all you need. I don't know about all this fancy stuff. And then after that, you can improvise. You'll be surprised how well you can do when you're taking photographs and you use what's around you. It works wonders. You can be prepared, overly prepped. Depends what type of photographer you are. Okay, so the most used camera accessories is what they're going with this. I was hoping for a bit more there. It's only a few handful. I've also been looking at this article around camera bags. So is this a good camera bag? The Peak Design Everyday Backpack Camera Jabber. That looks quite snazzy, but will it fit my bigger cameras? Like, you know, I'm using full frame, old school big boy behemoths. Okay, well, we got Pro, Smart. Okay, smart enough for the office, rugged enough for the outdoors, quick access to your kit from either side, broad compact straps against it. Mag latch requires careful shutting. Chest strap is awkward to attach. I have a low pro bag, nothing fancy. What was it? Fastpack 250, I think. You know, that's just to let you know what I've got. Okay, so this maybe it does look nice. It doesn't look like a camera bag, and it's got like that slight hump, so you can fit quite a lot in there. I like the fact that they've introduced loads of photographs on there. Okay, maybe that's something to keep an eye on. The verdict: I love the look and feel as well as the versatility of the Peak Design Everyday Backpack. However, it's not without its flaws. Most notably, you need to take care when you're closing the mag latch, and the chest strap has a fiddly, awkward design. That's good. So these little things are what impact you on day-to-day use. So I'm glad they covered that. Neither of these issues nor the fact that the small items end up at the bottom of the bag are enough to put me off using it. I still like it a lot. Okay, 4 stars, not bad. So overall, how much is this bag? Does it say? Is it worth the price? How much do we pay for a bag like this, of this kind? Oh, even better, he did not even include. So this is a real life. Okay, is it? No. Some of these articles have like links to the product, so they're obviously like a money grab type situation. So I'm glad this is a real life opinion. Camera Jabber, good job. Thank you for this. Okay. Oh yes. Oh, let's do this before we do that one. So there is a point in time where, when do we upgrade our gear? F-Stopper's article here. Is there a correct time? Talking about camera gear and upgrading has always been a polarizing topic anyway. We all love our cameras, but differing opinions often lead to long discussions. But when it's really acceptable to upgrade, this is a 5D Mark II. So if you're asking me about upgrading, let me know in the comments, how old is this camera and do I need to upgrade? You'll be surprised. You will be surprised. So why upgrade? There are countless reasons to upgrade, but do you need to upgrade? I can get amazing photographs with this camera that I could get with any other camera. So, you know, is upgrading a must? No, it's not. I'm just answering that for you. I'm not reading the article. Gear versus skills. Skills will trump gear. You get some amazing photographs with outdoor photo journalists that use still old gear. In some cases, sports photography, maybe. What do you think? What else we got? Okay, so that was a Nico Valenzuela. Good article, thank you. Upgrade your camera gear is the situation that they're covering. Let's have a little look at the summary on this. I always like to see what they're summarizing. So let's go down here. Ooh, nice big summary. No matter. Okay, here we go. So no matter how much we talk about new features on new pieces of gear, no matter how much these new innovations can make things easier for us as photographers, the choice of whether to upgrade is ultimately yours and no one else's. For personal use, your choice of gear has absolutely no implications on other people, even if you're a beginner. Okay, So basically, if you're doing it as a professional, you want to keep up perception, so you need to have the latest gear, which is in most cases why people do that stuff, is like having it so they like, oh yeah, have you got a red camera, for example, when you're doing videos? Oh yes, we have. But then do you need to use a red? Are there better cameras out there, depending on what you're doing? You know, one of those is one of those. In summary, wrong to upgrade. Perception. Is that the, yeah, I think perception is key. Okay, so I think I'm going to bring you up with a nice little additional one here. This shall go into the one I'm interested in. Okay, so let's have a look here. This is going to be our ending article. So thank you for joining me here today. This has been made possible by trustedcreators.org. Check out the website for more information and how it powers creators. So if you're looking to get powered by creating content online, looking at sponsorship deals, trustedcreators.org. Help on organize yourself. Company offering £80 an hour to watch TikTok. When did this become a thing? You want to earn £80 an hour? Just watch TikTok. So Claire Reed, we've got an article here on Lad Bible. Our company is looking to hire 3 professional TikTok watchers who, as the name suggests, will earn money for just being sat on TikTok watching clips. If there was ever a job I was made for, it's surely this one. Claire Reed, Lad Bible, thank you very much. I like this. So you're just sitting there consuming and you're going to get paid for it. Can you do this? Can you do this? Would you do this? What do you think? Interesting. Thank you for joining me here today. That was a nice little update on the news and photo. What's going on? Are there any new gear stuff coming out? Can I have a quick look at some new gear? New camera gear, just so I can see if there's anything I missed off today. I'm just gonna do a quick search. As I make this video every week, I basically round up the week's news. Ooh, our favorite camera gear. Okay, that might be worth a little bonus one here for you. I've got a little bonus one for you. You ready for it? Okay, so we've got a quick little look here at the bonus gear. Verge favorite camera gear. What have we got? What will they give us? Okay, so we've got, okay, 50mm 1.8, perfectly good start, well done. Yes. Fujifilm XF 60mm lens. Okay, not bad. Fujifilm 16, yeah. Sony F, these are all lenses, aren't they? Okay, so we're gonna go through lenses first, then we're going to keep, Peak Design travel tripod. Okay. Joby Gorilla Pod, I don't like Joby Gorilla Pods, they're disgusting. Camera rig, camera cage. Okay. Yes, softbox. So this is more studio orientated. Bag. Okay. Yeah, you can see on screen basically. I don't know. I was hoping for something more like, you know, punchy. A bit more punchy. What would be more punchy? Have I got something about? I can't remember if I got an article about that. I wrote an article somewhere about my camera stuff. I don't know if I can bring it off. Let's have a quick look. So I was hoping for something more like this. So this is my website, Zulf Talks. Well, zulfphotography.com. I've got loads of websites. So gear resource list. This is like a real life situation. No messing about. Live gear streaming, webcam options, and actual a breakdown of lists with names of things I've used. So it's not much information there because on the YouTube channel I talk about all this gear and I'll link you to this page. So for example, let's have a look at this. So if I was to do photography gear and bags, this is my low pro bag, one of my low pro bags that I talked about before. You'll notice here that's like for a small camera, and if you watch my video about it, I do a full explanation. So maybe is that the same as them? That's the question though. I'm trying to make this so that it's easier for people to find and get like a real honest opinion and a location to buy it. But is this the same as what the articles are doing on the websites that I normally bash, like, oh, they're promoting? I don't really want to, this is not like a promotion type thing. This is more, this is what I use. I like it. People ask me questions on YouTube and I link them to this page. And it's basically got a list of everything that, you know, just straightforward. This is what I use if you like it. Accessories, what comes under cable adapters. So see, like simple things like how do you connect your phone? All of these little things. But yeah, I'm dragging this out. Thank you very much. I will see you on the next episode of Zulf Talks Photography. Take care and bye-bye.